Thank you for visiting our channel. Please like, share and subscribe for more exciting food videos. Imagine a chilly evening, the wind nipping at the coast, and your hands wrapped around a warm bowl. Inside that bowl, a thick, creamy soup promises instant comfort. That's the feeling you get from a perfect serving of New England clam chowder. This isn't just soup, it's a culinary hug, a historical staple, and the definitive dish of the American Northeast. For generations, families have gathered around this hearty meal. Its simple ingredients tell a story of colonial resourcefulness and ocean abundance. We're here to explore what makes this chowder so special, from its rich history to the essential ingredients that create its signature flavor. Get ready to discover why this beloved soup remains the region's culinary heartbeat. The creamy classic. What is authentic New England clam chowder? Authentic New England clam chowder is defined by one core element, a cream or milk base. This characteristic sets it apart from all other variations. Because of its popularity in Massachusetts, many people affectionately call it Boston clam chowder. It is a dependable coastal dinner classic, reliable in its texture and satisfying in its depth of flavor. When you order chowder in New England, you expect that luxurious, velvety texture. Anything else simply doesn't count. The ingredients are simple, but the preparation must be precise. This chowder is meant to be a full meal, thick enough to cling to a spoon without feeling gloppy. It offers warmth and substance, a necessary counterpoint to the brisk Atlantic weather. A brief dive into chowder history and origin. The idea of chowder arrived in North America with European settlers, particularly those from French and English maritime traditions. The term chowder likely comes from the French word chaudière, which refers to a pot or kettle used for cooking. Early versions were likely thin, fish-based stews cooked right aboard fishing boats. During the 1700s, especially in the growing coastal towns of New England, the dish evolved significantly. Settlers utilized the most abundant local resources. Clams were easy to harvest and provided affordable protein. As dairy farming became common, resourceful cooks began adding milk and eventually heavy cream to create a richer, more satisfying consistency. This shift from thin broth to thick cream defined the dish we know today. The combination of easy-to-find ingredients, like clams and potatoes, secured its status as a regional icon. The use of heavy cream sealed the New England version's fate as the most famous chowder in the country. The definition: hearty, thick, and abundant with clams. If you're judging an authentic bowl, these three characteristics must be present. First, it must be thick, not runny like soup, but definitely not pasty or wallpapery either. This thickness should come from a careful combination of cream and starches. Second, it must be creamy, utilizing whole milk or better yet, heavy cream, for that rich mouthfeel. Watery chowder is an insult to the tradition. Finally, the chowder must be abundant. This means finding recognizable pieces of the core ingredients in every spoonful. You should see hearty chunks of clams, soft squares of potato, and bits of rendered bacon or salt pork. These components make New England clam chowder a satisfying main course, not merely an appetizer. A truly great bowl is a study in contrasting soft and slightly chewy textures, all bound together by the luscious cream base. The secret recipe: essential ingredients for the best chowder. Making excellent chowder at home isn't difficult, but it requires respecting the essential ingredients. This dish proves that quality over complexity is the key to classic cooking. When sourcing your pantry items, remember that the final flavor reflects the starting quality of your food. Clams first, choosing the right type for flavor and texture. The clams are clearly the star of the show. They provide the essential salty, oceanic flavor. Finding the right type depends on your location and preference. Fresh clams like cohorts or little necks offer the absolute best texture. They can be slightly chewy, which adds important structure to the dish. However, many home cooks rely on high-quality canned clams, and this is perfectly acceptable for ease. If you choose canned clams, there is one non-negotiable rule: always use the clam juice. This juice is packed with natural flavor and saltiness. It provides a savory depth that water or simple broth cannot replicate. Drain the clams, reserve the juice, and chop the clams if they are too large. This method ensures maximum flavor penetration. The base: heavy cream, milk, and the power of the roux. The signature creaminess of New England chowder comes from dairy, but it needs a proper thickening agent. That agent is the roux, butter and flour. A roux is simply butter melted with flour, cooked for a few minutes to remove the raw flour taste. It forms a smooth paste that dissolves into the liquid, binding the chowder together. Getting the right roux consistency is essential because it prevents the chowder from becoming dusty or pasty. Once the roux is prepared and your aromatics, like onions, are soft, the dairy addition begins. You should use heavy cream or whole milk for the best results. A key technique is to warm the dairy slightly before adding it and never let the chowder boil rapidly after the cream is added. Simmering is fine, but aggressive boiling can make the cream separate or break, which alters the beautiful texture. Adding the cream slowly, stirring constantly, leads to a smooth, velvety base. Classic add-ins: potatoes, bacon, and onion. Understanding its roots helps you appreciate every delicious spoonful even more. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.